Hi, welcome back. We are so glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I hope that this week, whatever day it is that you're watching this, has gone smoothly for you. I hope that it has been productive, that your students have learned, that you've connected with them, and I hope that it is just all going positively. But if not, it's okay. And we're still here to support you. You are still a phenomenal teacher. Don't give up. Keep going one step at a time. Okay, so I wanted to talk about something else that is really important in a culturally responsive classroom that I don't want us to forget about because classrooms look different right now. And that is building a family or a tribe environment. Now, there's a lot of different ways to do this, and I'm gonna talk about one way today, and that is classroom traditions. Just like family traditions, traditions that are specific to a certain class bond the group that is in that class together. And so I really want to encourage you, if you don't already have classroom traditions, think of one or two that you could implement this year. And if you have had them in the past, but you're having trouble with them right now, never fear, because we have 4 ideas for building classroom traditions right now. Number 1, we're diving right in. Student of the week. Now, student of the week could either be chosen by you as the teacher, or it could be chosen by the class. But the fun part about student of the week is this. Once that student is chosen, every other student in the class must write down something positive about that student. Right now, you can do that on a Google Doc. You can do that on a class document on whatever platform that you use. You could have them send a Flipgrid. If you don't want them to write it down, they could record a video saying something nice about the student and have it on in an area where the student can get to it. This is such a neat way to get kids to think positively about each other. I highly, highly encourage you to do it. Even if you're doing it face-to-face, make it written down or make it in a video where the student can keep it and hang on to it. Before COVID, I saw this done in a lot of different ways. One teacher actually had her writing station one day a week. During the writing station, the students had note cards and they wrote something nice about the student in that designated time. Another teacher made, I'll just use my son as an example, a tape board. And so she took a picture of every student and the picture went in the center of it, and then people wrote positive things around it. Now, I want you to really understand something. Most kids are genuinely kind. They're crazy and they don't always say the right thing, but most of them are kind. So if you will lay out the expectation and they understand that they will get a turn too, most kids will follow suit and they will write the sweetest, most genuine things. I would also recommend using sentence frames to start teaching them. So things like, I really like, I thought it was great when you, I like the way that you, giving them some sentence frames to choose from to kind of help with their thinking could be helpful, especially if you're just getting this tradition started. So, first tradition, student of the week. Second tradition, tell me something good. This is something that has come from capturing kids' hearts. This is a great way to positively start off the day or the class period. When kids get used to knowing that they're going to be able to share something good, then they're ready for it. You can limit this to maybe 5 kids a day that share something good. But then the fun part too is having a response from the rest of the class. So maybe it's 3 snaps. I think I did more than 3. Maybe it's 3 snaps. Maybe it's air high fives. But this is just a great way to get some interaction going and let kids share about positive personal things that are happening. Okay, so number 1, student of the week. Number 2, tell me something good. Number 3, a specific way that you take role. Now, I want to give you an example. I was in a science class, and as she called out the students' names, and she did call out the students' names every day, and this is why. The student would either say proton if they were feeling positive, electron if they were feeling negative, or neutron if they were feeling neutral. And right away, that gave her the temperature of her room. And so kids would call it a name. Proton, 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 electron, neutron, you know, and you could tell which kids we're gonna need a little more TLC just by that answer. You may not teach science. I just wanted to give that as an example. I saw another one. I was in another classroom where the student actually stood up and said present, and that was their way of focusing in. And the teacher would say hello, and then the student would sit back down. What I saw that do was build the students confident to speak out and to stand up when it was their turn, and I saw that carry over through the rest of the class. So just a couple examples, but having your own unique tradition and how you take roll, it's something you do every day, so that's a perfect opportunity to put in a tradition right there. Maybe something that sounds good to you, okay? And then number 4, student roles or leads in the class. So this could be that there might be students that hold the door open. This could be that there might be students that remind the teacher to push record if you're recording virtual lessons. It might be students that actually take the role for the teacher. It might be students that read directions for assignments. All of these things can be done even during COVID. It might be a student who's designated as the question answerer. This is a great strategy for creating independent learners, right? And so if other students in the class have questions about directions or instructions or what to do with their papers or where to turn something in, or if they're having technology problems, if you can invest a little bit in one student at the start of class, make sure they know how to do everything, then they become the question answerer. And so if another kid throughout the day is having trouble with that, then they can go to that student. Switch the students off, but this gives them a sense of ownership, and it also is something that might set your class apart from other classes, and that can become a tradition that you embrace. So let's recap, because I love these classroom traditions. Number 1, student of the week. Number 2, tell me something good. Number 3, take role in your own unique way. And number 4, student roles or leads within the classroom. I would love to hear what traditions that you already do. I would love to hear if you start any of these traditions, how they work in your class. You've got this. You are amazing. Our information is going to be on the next slide. We would love to come work with your school or your district more. Let us know how we can help you. Your kids love you.